Hi friends, narco test, polygraph test and brain mapping test. What is the legal provision regarding conduction of these tests? First of all, let us discuss the meaning of narco test. Narco test is also known as truth serum test. In this test, the person who is supposed to be undergone narco analysis, he is or she is given an injection which is nothing but thiopentone. Once the injection is given, the person loses somewhat consciousness and the questions are being asked to the person who is undergoing narco analysis. The test may last for 1 to 3 hours and expert is needed. Along with that, the person can go home within 5 to 6 hours of the test. There is no problem. The second test is lie detector test. This test is also known as polygraph test. In this test, physiological symptoms are checked when you are asked a question like blood pressure, skin resistivity, the your response to the questions through eyes, etc., etc. So these are the symptoms, these are the physiological behaviors which are analyzed in lie detector or polygraph test. The third test is brain mapping test. In this test, some sensors are attached to your head and the images or the responses of your brain are checked when you are shown some images, audios, or some questions are being put to you and your brain's response is recorded. These are the three tests. Now, for these three tests, what are the sections that are applicable? The first section that is applicable to these three tests is Indian Evidence Act section 27. The second law which is applicable is Code of Criminal Procedure, and the section applicable is section 161 subsection 2. Along with that, Indian Constitution is also applicable, article 20 sub article 3. Now when this narco analysis or brain mapping or polygraph test is to be conducted, the tests are to be conducted when the investigation is going on. When the investigation is completed, then what is the use of conducting these tests? But under some specific circumstances, even when the investigation is over and the charge sheet have been filed, depending upon the circumstances, application may be given to conduct narco analysis, polygraph test and brain mapping test. Normally, it is conducted during the investigation and then the charge sheet is filed. But in some cases, even after the filing of charge sheet, with due permission, these tests can be conducted. Now, whose permission is needed? The permission of the person who is supposed to be undergone such test is needed, not the permission of police or anybody else. If I am to be undergone narco test, polygraph test, brain mapping test, then I have to give the permission. It is voluntary. If my permission is not there, then nobody can force me to undergo these tests. Now, Supreme Court has given a detailed judgment. The name of the case is State of Karnataka versus Selvi and others. It is nothing but a criminal appeal number 1267/07. The decision was given, I think, in 2010, and let me be specific. It was given in 2010. Yes, May 5, 2010. In that case, Supreme Court has laid down some rules which are to be followed when the lie detector test is to be conducted, brain mapping test is to be conducted, narco analysis is to be conducted. The first direction that has been given by the Supreme Court of India is voluntary permission is needed. If there is a person who is supposed to be undergone narco test, brain mapping test and lie detector test, then his own permission is needed. If he doesn't give the permission, nobody can conduct these tests on him or her. So self permission is needed. Second, you should have access to your lawyer. Nobody can conduct the test without the permission of the lawyer. The lawyer has to explain the consequences of that test to the person who is supposed to undergo the test. Third, the consent, that is the permission. If I want to give the permission to the conduction of these tests on me, then I have to give the consent in front of the judicial magistrate. And For that permission or for that purpose, my lawyer should be with me. So I have to give my consent in front of the judicial magistrate, and my lawyer has to be there with me when I am giving the consent to the judicial magistrate. Once the test has been conducted on me, then what is the value of the statements that I have made during that particular test? These statements which I give during the test, when I am undergoing those tests, these statements will be having the weightage of statements given to the police, not the confessional statements. So when I undergo these tests, then anything I say during those tests is having the weightage of statement to the police. It will not be a confessional statement given to the judicial magistrate. Now, who is supposed to conduct these tests? You have to appoint independent agency like doctors or hospitals. They have to conduct these tests on you with your own permission. And when the test is going on, your lawyer has to be there physically with you when the test is being conducted. So extensive guidelines have been given. Along with that, National Human Rights Commission has also released some guidelines regarding the administration of polygraph test, narco test, and lie detector test and brain mapping test. Those guidelines are supposed to be followed also. Now, in para 221 of the judgment, the Supreme Court says if someone uses these techniques against your own will, then that is nothing but the breach of right against self-incrimination. Section 161 subsection 2 of CRPC says no person can the article 20 sub article 3 says no person can be a witness against himself or herself. And along with that, section 161 oblique 2 of the CRPC also says that examination of witness by police, it says that no person shall be bound to answer any questions whose answer would expose him to criminal charge or any penalty or forfeiture. So if these tests are conducted, then that is nothing but the breach of right against self-incrimination. This is what Supreme Court has said in para number 221 of the judgment. Along with that, the Supreme Court in the same para says individual has got a choice to remain silent or be public. He can speak or he can remain silent. Nobody can force you to speak. It is my right. So I can be silent. I can deny the permission. I can say that I don't want to undergo narco test, brain mapping test, or polygraph test. I can say like that. In the judgment, two words have been used: exculpatory and inculpatory. Now these two words have got massive meaning. Exculpatory evidence, inculpatory evidence. So I will not go into the details of that. I will make a separate video on inculpatory evidence and exculpatory evidence. But the judgment also mentions these two words. Along with that, whether these tests, narco test, polygraph test, and brain mapping test, can they be equated with medical examination? Obviously, they cannot be equated with medical examination. Just like the way a victim is undergoing medical examination, just like the way the complainant undergoes medical examination, that cannot be equated with narco test, brain mapping test, and lie detector test. Medical examination is nothing but the physical examination, whereas narco test and polygraph test and brain mapping test are nothing but mental in nature, and they try to get into the mentality. The Supreme Court has said in paragraph number 222 of the judgment that compulsory administration of any of the techniques is unjustified intrusion into the mental privacy. So I have got physical privacy, along with that I have got mental privacy. You cannot come into my brain and see what I am thinking. So it is nothing but the encroachment on my mental abilities. It is the intrusion on my mental privacy. So mental privacy is something which is used, which is the word which is used in this particular judgment. Then these tests, if they are conducted without the permission of the person who is supposed to undergo these tests, then that will hamper the right to fair practice. If I confess, if I give some statements during these tests, when the test is going on, at that time the police or the investigating agency might only investigate what I have said. So there might not be comprehensive investigation. So it hampers right to fair trial also. Along with that, what is the admissibility of the results of these tests? The admissibility is 0, the evidentiary value is 0, even if the tests are conducted with the due permission of the person. Then also whatever the person has said during the test, the result of the test cannot be submitted as an evidence before the court. It has got 0 evidentiary value. Now let us assume the second condition. If the test is conducted forcefully, at that time obviously the evidentiary value is also 0, but along with that, the person who has committed this test or the person who has forced this test, he will suffer punishment. It may be penal in nature, it may be jail, or it may be anything. So the person who forcefully conducts such test, then that is going to have a serious impact on the person who is forcefully conducting such test. So massive and extensive guidelines have been put forward by Supreme Court of India and National Human Rights Commission and various previous judgments and Indian Constitution and Indian Evidence Act and CRPC. Those provisions have to be followed and the tests are to be conducted. If you are facing any problems, you can contact me or any other responsible person and get the required guidance. Thank you so much.